Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, this one is a lot. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 146 about the culling game. Last we left off, the team went over to visit Master Tengen, and he explained a way to free Jogo from the prison realm, and he's about and their conversation just kind of continues on from there. Last we heard, there is a sorcerer in the culling game that has the ability to nullify any cursed technique, it seems. And we get a confirmation of that starting this chapter where Tengen is like, yes, this person can open the back of the prison realm. So I guess they have to find her and force her to do it. We get a little bit of an explanation as to how the colonies in Japan work in terms of this universe. There are 10 colonies in Japan. All of them are connected by barriers that kind of protect people from curses, I guess, to a degree. Or, I guess. It's kind of like how people can't see hollows in Bleach, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
And now, ever since the Shibuya incident, the barrier has just kind of like moved away. Has like just kind of like left Japan for lack of a better term, except for a certain area, Hokkaido, which is like such a sacred area that it's not affected really by anything that's going on right now.
Well, I think they think the playa has its own barrier anyway.
Yeah, it has its own separate
not
barrier.
Included in the equation for the rest of Japan.
Right.
I want to go to Hokkaido one day. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
all nature stuff, right?
Yeah, the Jujutsu Society's there, so it's probably pretty safe, I would say. And then from there on out, we get just kind of a comprehensive breakdown of every single rule of the culling game. I'll try to make this brief. The first rule, thankfully, is a little simple. It's simple. You have to declare your participation in the game within 19 days. The second rule is that if you break the first rule, you're subject to curse technique removal, which is highly theorized that it means you die, because the removal of cursed technique is because cursed techniques are so intrinsic with your mind and your brain. Removing it might do something to your brain and end up killing you. So basically, if you don't participate in the game and you're a Jujutsu sorcerer, you're dead. Non-players become players at the moment of entry into a barrier, even if they don't mean it, which is all kinds of fucked up. But apparently people who are already in the barrier have a chance to exit, unlike people who walk in, it seems. So
that's fair.
I guess. Players score points by the end by ending the lives of other players. And generally, sorcerers are worth 5 points. Regular people are worth 1, which sucks because there's now an incentive to kill random folks who end up in their barriers. The game master is actually, they ask about the game master, and Tengen explains that the game master is this, for lack of a better word, the Shikigami called Kogane. It's not necessarily a game master in a way where there's like somebody in charge of the game. I would say these are closer to just refs, maybe.
Sure.
Because these are the things that you negotiate with if you want to, create a rule later. They're the ones who, they're the game's interface.
They keep scoring all that. They can ask, how much time do I have left on this, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, basically.
Probably. Cool.
The sixth rule, you can use 100 points aside from your own personal value. You can do that to add one rule. You can't subtract a rule, but using the rule that you add, you can counteract other rules in the game. So that's the kind of the strategy there. The seventh rule, in accordance to the previous rule, the game master must accept any proposed new rule unless it has a marked and long-lasting effect on the game, which is weird. It's a weird rule. I guess like there is some wiggle room where they can't just add any rule, and that's kind of like the only advantage that Kenjaku has, is that they just can't like end the game or whatever. They have to do something to keep the game, that keeps the game going. That's to propose a rule that continues the game. If a player score remains the same for 19 days, they die. It's pretty fucked up. And Itadori's like, I have to kill people again.
Dang it.
And Fushigoro's like, no, I have a few ideas. Interesting. And I think that's it. That's the last rule, isn't it? The 8th rule. I'm glad I got there a little faster than I thought I would. We get a little recap of what they've decided so far. Yuki and Choso are going to remain here to guard Tengen. Maki's going to go to the Zenin clan and collect cursed tools. They were kind of concerned how she was going to get it, but now that Fushigoro is the new leader of the Zenin clan, it'll be way easier for her to open doors and get into warehouses. So she's going to collect as many weapons as she can because that is her bag. She asks him, though, about this Juzo Kumiya's workshop, which is interesting. I guess like he's a cursed tool maker. And I guess she's going to come back souped up with some dope new cursed tools.
Okay.
Yeah, after she gathers her weapon, she's going to find Panda, and Panda's probably going to be back. Hell yeah. Big fan, one of these. And I like how Okotsu's going directly into the game after this, which is...
Like, yeah, I need to collect some notes, so...
I'm going to go in. And I guess he's looking out for Sumiki as well, Fushigoro's sister. But yeah, he's going in immediately, to try and get some information on how the game works firsthand. There won't be any cell phone service for the most part, or they can expect to not have cell phone service, because that's part of a barrier's thing, is that it blocks cell phone reception, which is true.
All right, we get it. We won't see Okotsu for a little while again.
That's actually a consistent rule that I've seen, done before or mentioned before. In previous.
Oh, go ahead.
It was built up in previous things. Okay.
It's like introducing Goku into the series and then being like, okay, now he's being taken away by.
We'll see him. We'll see him soon.
Son Goku.
And finally, Itadori and Megumi are going off to find Kenji Hikari. Another one of these these upperclassmen that have been fabled to have the potential to be stronger than Gojo.
Oh man, a suspended third year?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm surprised he showed up this fast after introducing Okotsu. So I think this is cool.
Well, their hands are tied essentially, so it'd be weird if they didn't think of him.
Also, it looks like they're doing a redesign for him. Because his first appearance, he was like black with a fade and dreads.
I actually don't remember how he's supposed to look like.
Or
what?
Yeah, that's what the original Hikari looked like in his original silhouette. But now this silhouette looks different from his original silhouette.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have to look up because like Okotsu does hang out.
He looks different from how he looks here.
Okotsu was hanging out with this guy named Miguel, who is a dark-skinned man, and I think he's maybe the guy, but I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember at all in that term. But yeah, everybody has their jobs. Everybody splits off. There's a little touching moment where, as Itadori leaves, he says, "Choso, I appreciate it." And Choso's like, "Don't die, okay?" Cool beans. We then cut to a comedy show, I guess, in Japan. And this comic is doing some weird prop humor, I guess, and he's bombing pretty badly. And he's getting yelled at.
Just had a banana in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't get it. There's maybe one thing that just naturally doesn't translate well to Japan, but he's also supposed to be a bad comic, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, his manager yells at him, I guess. He's like, "What the fuck, dude? How could you bomb that hard?"
In.
Dude, it's sad. It makes me sad.
He even has the lines in the panel. Look behind him, the depressed, weight of despair.
Yeah, he has shade lines. Oh, man. The manager bounces, but this guy who's just hanging out, he's like, "I don't dislike your jokes, Takaba. You don't have to be talented to make it, which is honestly kind of a nice sentiment. It's like a nice thing to say, I guess, but it actually kind of hurts my heart. And he's like, comics who are funny. Two types of comics will always be in demand: comics who are funny and comics who think they are funny. Which are you?
Ooh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I thought it was kind of nice for a minute because he said, I don't dislike your jokes, but I don't know. Yeah, I will feel bad if this question was presented to me. I do comedy sometimes, so I'm just like, fuck, this is my worst
Like,
nightmares.
imagine somebody just giving you like the straight cold facts. Like,
I would hurt. It would hurt so bad. But yeah, he's just sitting there, and it's revealed that this guy Fumihiko Takaba is actually a player in the culling game. So he is a Jujutsu sorcerer, probably one of the few that were awakened by Kenjaku in the Shibuya arc. And that's where the chapter ends. Yeah, wow. I mean, a lot of exposition. This is very World Trigger-esque even, where they really took a minute to break down exactly what was happening in the next event.
come on. Who else, man? Tabata?
Ashihara.
No, not the World Trigger author. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, Akutami is his name.
Jeez, you're good, man. You're good.
I'm just looking at his name. I don't remember. I just went back.
Oh, well, you're still good for doing that. I didn't even have the presence of mind to do so.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, this is not a lot of necessarily plot so much as exposition, but very welcome because the rules are kind of like weirdly worded, so it was good to have a little bit of an explanation for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm very fascinated to see how this works. I think they have to find Hikari and then find this girl Sumiki. You know, that's their whole goal, is to kind of save her. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how it goes.
Save Sumiki.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Panda making his return, doing some cool shit. Lots to look forward to in this arc. I'm here for it.